beauties. I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is General Hospital Edition. Today is Friday, yay! July the 14th, 2023, on a scale of 1 to 10. You know what? I have to give this one, it gets a 7. It was solid. Let's get right into it. Who do we want to start with? Let's start with Alexis and Sonny. Now, Alexis doesn't tell Sonny exactly what's going on, but she just tells him, "You need to talk to Christina because there's a situation she's going to get herself into." And he says, well, "Is she in trouble?" And she said, "No, it's not that kind of trouble. I just need you to talk to her." He said, "Wait a minute. You just want me to be the bad guy?" And she said, "Yes." It was like, you tell Christina what she wants to hear, and I tell her what she needs to hear. I think Sonny just accepts her for who she is, flaws and all. And but Alexis says she's going down a path that she should not be going down, and I wish you would talk to her. And he was like, "Okay, Alexis, but at the end of the day, Sonny's probably gonna do whatever makes Christina happy." But then he gets a phone call from Nina, and she tells him about Curtis' surgery and everything. So he updates Alexis, and they both agree that they're going to the hospital, but he has to make a quick stop because he gets another alert. Now the second alert that he receives is from Anna. So Anna was at her house, and we see her go up to the door, and she has her pow pow with her, and she opened the door, and Dante already got the man on the ground. And he said he takes off the his hoodie and all that. And Anna said, "I don't know who this is." And Dante said, "I know who it is. He works for Sonny. This is Mickey." And so Mickey was just like, "Is it illegal to go for a walk or whatever?" And he was like, "I'm gonna tell, I'm gonna hit Sonny up about you later." So, anyways, they go inside, and Anna says, "I already know what this is about." So, she and Dante end up talking, and he tells her why that he feels like it was the WSB because the rifle came from the WSB. It should be on lockdown. There was only 171 or 172 of them made, and they were all confiscated by the WSB, so it should not even be out. So, because of that, he's concerned that either the WSB or somebody close to it is trying to put a hit out on Anna. So then Sonny comes over. He come over. I said, "What kind of scene is this? Y'all real relaxed. Y'all just said action and let's go." But Sonny comes over. He sits down, and he was like, "Listen, I'm not going to apologize for putting somebody on you, Anna." Because she said, "I thought we agreed that you would only put somebody on me if I asked you to. And I didn't ask you to." He said, "I'm not going to apologize. Now, I am going to apologize because Mickey was sloppy and got caught. The next person, he not going to get caught." And Dante was like, "You going to hire a ninja?" I don't know why that was funny, but it was funny. But anyways, he tells him, "I'm gonna hire somebody that can't be detected or whatever." And Anna was like, "Whatever." He said, "Now let's get down to business. Who was the target?" And so they start believing that Anna was the target. And she said, "So the best way to draw the person out is to use me as bait, so that we can draw out whoever it is trying to target me." I said, "All right, girl." And we were right yesterday, guys. It was Mac. It was Mac. Mac was the man who ran down on Sam while she was taking pictures of Cody and Selena. Who she told Mac, "You scared the hell out of me. You scared me." And but anyways, he was the one who was there for her, and he was just like, "What you doing following Cody?" She said, "I'm not following Cody, I'm following Selena." He said, "Well, we actually have surveillance on Selena about her illegal poker game." And she said, "Are you trying to take Curtis down too?" He was like, "I'm sure if Curtis is letting her do this, it's not because he wants to." And she was like, "Oh, okay." And she said, "Well, why haven't you taken Selena down? You have the information." And he's a little bit reluctant to do it because of Cody. Plus, he said, "I mean, we could get her, but it ain't gonna do nothing. It's just an illegal poker game. We need to get her for bigger fish than that." And I said, "All right then." So anyways, then they continue to talk about how they feel like Cody is in over his head with Selena. I said, "Y'all are not putting the pieces together like you need to." Gladys figures into some of this. Y'all need to look at why Gladys would drop the charges just because Selena Wu said something. Look into that part of it. Oh, child. But anyways, they just both say that they're worried about Cody and they think he might be already in over his head. Max said, he believes Cody is a good guy in the end, and Sam says, "I think he's going to hell." I said, "What, girl? How you? But it's judgmental on somebody. Okay, then." But anyways, that's it with them, y'all. They just worried about Cody, and I guess they're gonna try to figure out what's going on with Selena Wu and Cody. I said, y'all need to figure out what's going on with Gladys. You keep looking at the wrong person. And Sam, I thought you were going to look at Gladys. Anyways, child, let's move on. So who we going to go to now? Let me make get all this. So then, I guess speaking of Selena, I mean speaking of Cody and all them, Gladys and Sasha get home, and she tells her, "How are you okay?" And she said, "Yeah, I think I need to take my meds and stuff." I said, "Girl, please don't take any more pills." And she says, "Okay." And so then Gladys gets on the phone. She tell them, "I'm gonna take the coat and the belt. As a matter of fact, give me everything." Oh, I can't stand this helper. I can't stand Gladys. Like what you're doing to Sasha, and y'all. I thought she was gonna have some type of remorse about it. Heck no. Gladys doesn't even feel bad that she's doing this to Sasha. Oh, heifer. But anyways, they go ahead and she orders that, and then she gets a knock on the door while she ordering it. She shuts the door in Chloe's face, and then he knocks again. He's like, knock, 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 you can't getting rid of me that easily. And so he comes walking past her, and he was like, I want to speak to Sasha because she hit me up. So then Sasha come out because Cody and Gladys going back and forth, right? And she hears this, and so then when Sasha comes out, she's like, "What's going on?" And so Cody says, "You know, you were my phone. You called me or whatever." And so they let him know that Sasha had got in trouble at the. He said you were at the police station, right? And so they let him know about what happened at Logan's. And then Gladys had the nerve to say, "And she used you as your phone call. And what you let her down? You couldn't even be there. Where would you? What were you doing when your friend needed you?" And I said, "Oh no, we're not doing that, are we, ma'am? Because what were you doing? Spending Sasha's money?" And Cody said, "First of all, I don't have to answer anything that comes to you." Why I'm starting to like Cody, y'all. I would like him more if he would help Sasha. He said, "First of all, Gladys, I don't have to answer anything when it comes to you. And second of all, Sasha called me because what they couldn't get in contact with you. So why don't you tell Sasha what you were doing? Spending her money in Logan's trying on mink coats in the summertime." Anyways, child. So they're going back and forth at it, and Sasha's like, "Stop, stop. Cody and I are not friends," because he told her they couldn't be friends or whatever. She said, "Cody and I are not friends, anyways." And he was like, "I still care about you, and I'm glad that you called me." And then she get another knock on the door, and this time it's Nina, because Maxie had left Nina a message and told her to come over, right? So Nina is there, and she's concerned about Sasha, and Cody she's concerned about Sasha. They tell her what was going on, and then Sasha said, I'm thirsty. I want something to drink." Cody, and he said, "Yeah, I could get something to drink." So they go off and talk and get something to drink and talk. And Sasha and Gladys talking, and Gladys, "I'm just so worried. Our girl's in trouble." And Nina said, "What's going on?" And Gladys, "Our girl's in trouble." Shut your butt up. Shut it up. You don't care nothing about this girl. And so Nina is the whole time Gladys talking to her. She looking at her like, "I don't trust nothing you got to say." Because she said Sasha was doing just fine. This was a minor setback. Ain't nothing to it but to keep moving through it. She said she'll be all right. And so Sasha comes over and she's like, "Are y'all talking about me?" And she was like, "I'm just kidding." She was like, "Man, all the stuff I've been through, and then still from Logan's. Thank goodness that Cody, I mean that Chase took me through the back, so they couldn't take any pictures of me getting arrested or whatever. Because put me in a straight jacket and throw away the key." And they were like, "Well, we don't think it's that serious or whatever." But then Nina gets a alert from Ava, and she was like, "I was supposed to meet her, but I can cancel." And Sasha was like, "No, no, no, go. I want you to have meet Ava and enjoy." And she was like, "Are you sure?" And she was like, "Yes." And Gladys, "I'll walk you out." So Cody and Sasha's continue. Sasha continued to talk as Gladys walks Nina out. And when she walks her out, I have a question for you to ask, because Nina said, I know you know I know the way out. So what you want? She said, do you think I should tell the courts about Sasha shoplifting, with the guardianship and her doctor? And Nina said, are you asking me permission? She said, girl, no, you don't tell the courts about this. Nothing happened. Um, it was all a misunderstanding. Nothing happened. So you better not say a thing. Keep your mouth shut. And I said, you tell her, Nina. Tell her. And tell her if she don't keep her mouth shut, you're going to tell Sonny. Somebody please tell Sonny what's going on. But Nina had kind of told him there was something going on with Sasha. I wish Sonny, like, somebody pay attention to the girl. Sonny, you said you was going to watch her. Pay attention to her. Look at Gladys. You know your cousin can't be trusted. But anyways, Nina ends up leaving after she tells Gladys, you better not tell the courts about her. Like, what you trying to do? Get her in trouble? I said, that's exactly what she's trying to do. So keep your eyes on her. So then Gladys comes back in, and what she got? Her bags from Logan's. And Sasha's like, oh my gosh, what now? And she said, oh no, I ordered these. And Cody's like, I bet you did. But anyways, he tells Sasha, we're friends, girl. And since we're friends, you gotta know that I'm gonna say some stupid stuff. Ignore all that. At the end of the day, we're friends, and you can always call me if you need me. He said, but I am concerned about you. And she said, I'm good, Cody. And so he ends up having to leave. But he stops and he looks at Gladys because he letting her know, I'm watching you, girl. And I said, Cody, you see shit. But see, Cody doesn't know that that man is Sasha's doctor. Please start saying his name around him, Sasha, so he can figure this out. Do he know? I don't think he knows. I don't think he knows yet that that's Sasha's doctor. But he's seen her talk. But he saw her talking. Y'all tell me in the comments, do we know or not? Because he saw her talking to Gladys. I mean, he saw Gladys talking to the man, and he was interested in the conversation. So maybe he does know. I don't know, child. I'm watching Four Soaps reviewing. Sometimes I get confused. Let's move on though, because that's pretty much it with them. And Sasha, Gladys ain't no good. Sasha, I don't understand how she doesn't feel that she's high. Because you gotta come down, but she ain't never coming down. But as an addict, you would think she would be able to recognize that. Okay, I'm not feeling right. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. Let's go over here to this hospital. So TJ comes out and he lets them all know that Curtis is out of surgery, but of course, they don't know this the damage done to his body yet. So they're just waiting him to wake up. He's in ICU now, and they can see him one at a time. So Stella, Marshall, Portia, and Trina go with the doctor to see him. So that leaves Nina, who ends up eventually leaving and everything to go check on Sasha. That leaves them, and it leaves Christina, Molly, and TJ, right? And so Molly and TJ are just talking, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, that was so nerve wracking." And Christina comes up and she tells them, oh my God, like she didn't mean it in a bad way. TJ just went the heck off on her, but she says, oh my gosh, that's such good news about Curtis. And he says, he's not out of the woods yet. I wouldn't couldn't be celebrating too fast. And she said, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying the fact that he made it out of the surgery. And he was like, don't you understand, my uncle could have died. Like, he ripped into Christina. And Christina was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then he just, because she was like, I was just trying to be optimistic. And he was like, ugh. And he walks off. And then Christina was like, wait, Molly, I was just, and she was like, enough, Christina. I said, wait a minute, because y'all two don't be on this show enough. And I'm not invested in you two enough for y'all to be this mean. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I like Christina. Even I know yesterday I'm still getting used to the Molly. I don't really care for this Molly. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care for this Molly. But this Christina, I liked her when she was on Days, so it's it is what it is. But she didn't deserve that. Like, she did not deserve that. They both ripped into her. Like, you need to tell her what's bothering y'all. And, because he was like, it's not always about you, Christina. And she was like, I was not trying to make that about me. And so TJ walks off and he tells Molly about, oh my gosh, how can I possibly be a surgeon when that was so nerve-wracking for me. And she said, well, it was your uncle. And, and they just pretty much, console each other with that or whatever. And so then Christina goes up to Molly later and she's like, oh my gosh, is something going on with TJ? Because, he's been weird towards me at the club and then now. And she was like, not everything is about you. Now, I will say this. I didn't say that the last time. But I don't like the fact that Molly was really talking bad about Christina and TJ chimed in with her talking bad about her. I didn't like that at all because baby, you're not gonna talk about my family. I don't care who you are, my husband or not. You're not gonna be one chiming in. And now the way he treated Christina and Molly kind of co-signed that. I don't like that at all either. And I'm like, I don't like you two enough as a couple for y'all to be like this. Don't make me feel like how I feel about Michael and Willow about you two. Because really I'm indifferent to them because they don't show them enough and they're giving them this storyline, and it's an important storyline because it does happen, but don't make them jerks while the storyline is happening. So Christina is just like, I'm not understanding, like, what's the problem with what's going on. And she was like, it's not about you. And she says, and I overheard you talking about you want to give TJ the one thing I can't. And she was like, what are you talking about? Because Christina was really confused, and Molly said, you want to give him a baby. And she said, first of all, I don't want TJ like that. She says, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that you want to have his child or whatever. And she said, okay, listen, I did say that I would be your surrogate, but that's not because of me. That's because I want to help my little sister out, and give you guys the child that you desire, a baby that you desire, or whatever. And she said, but Mom and Sam, they talked to me about it, and I realized that it was too soon to ask you guys. And she said, you really need, Molly to Christina, you really need to have Mom and Sam tell you that. And she was like, yes, because apparently I'm a selfish narcissist sister that only thinks about myself no matter what's going on. And she was like, you know what, don't even, like, I was taking a year out of my life to have a child for you and TJ, and this is how y'all treat me. Like, I'm just so selfish and everything. And she was like, don't even worry about it, girl. And then Molly was kind of, she was listening to Christina or whatever, and she was like, Christina and Molly was like, I don't want to hear it. And then TJ comes out and he was like, what's going on? I can hear y'all down the hallway. And Christina's like, ain't nothing going on, I'm out of here. And then Alexis pops out and she's like, what, Christina? And Christina was like, no, I don't have time for that right now, Mom. And so Alexis looks at Molly and TJ and she's like, what's happening? And I said, what's happening is they untick this girl off to the highest degree. So then we move on from there and go into Curtis. And he could only have one visitor at a time. So they told Trina she could go first. So Trina goes in the room, and then just seeing him there, I said, Nurse, you don't see she freaking out? But just seeing him there hooked up to all those different machines, just so still. It freaked her out and she had to run out of the room. And Portia's like, what's going on, baby? She's like, nothing. It just, seeing him so still like that, it just scared me. And Portia was like, no, it's okay. And she tells Trina tells Portia, you go in. And Portia was like, are you sure? And they were like, we got her. Marshall and Stella like, we got Trina, you go in with Curtis. So she goes in and Portia just tells Curtis to fight. All the people need him. She tells him she knows he's always concerned about other people. No one else was hurt at the Metro Court, but they need him to fight. So then Trina feels silly because she's like, I acted like a little girl scared. And they said, well, that's what you were in that moment, a little girl scared. That's a lot to see a dad that you didn't know you had. You finally find him, and now he's just lying there still in the hospital. That's a lot to take in. So we understand if you were scared in that moment. And, of course, she thanks them for that, being kind to her about it. And then she tells them, they tell her, you've been here a long time, just go and, take a walk around. And so Marshall and Stella talk, right? And Stella has an episode like she was getting up so that she could check on Trina because she was like, Trina's been gone too long, and she stumbles, and Marshall's like, Stella, are you okay? Is it your heart? He was like, we're in a hospital, we need, like, let's go get you checked out. And I think she was gonna let him, but then Trina comes back and she wants to cover it up because she doesn't want to worry Trina anymore. And they're all just there praying for Curtis, and just, that's it, y'all. That was Young and the Restless. That was General Hospital today, guys. It is the weekend. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Be safe, be blessed, and enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.